What's up, YouTube? Back for another video. I have 10 more CDs from Atheist collection. Yeah, I thought there was something else I was going to say. I have some cool videos coming up that I'm going to work on whenever I get the motivation to do it. But until then, I got some pretty cool stuff here. Nothing that you've never seen before. I mean, I'm sure most of my collection is nothing you haven't seen before, but it should give you a pretty good idea of, stuff that I'm really into. And I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of what I like about these videos, is watching and, kind of getting to know someone's tastes, via their collection. So I think it's cool. If you're watching, I assume you do too, but let's get started. We have one of my favorite albums of all time. This album has stood the test of time. It's still amazing to this day. I still listen to it regularly. Atheist, Unquestionable Presence. This is, I'm not a big fan of technical music of any sort. I like a little prog rock, but I'm certainly not much of a fan of tech death. But I've always had a hard time calling Atheist death metal. I don't think the band themselves, I'm not sure if they ever considered themselves death metal, to be honest. I've read interviews and stuff, but either way, I kind of consider it like a technical death metal. But labels are meaningless. It's really fucking good music. It's if you haven't heard it, if you're not completely against progressiveness or technical crazy time signatures and songwriting, but you like old school death metal, you might like this. I fucking love it. I can listen to this right after I listen to something like Death Leprosy or something like that. I mean, just for me, it makes sense. It flows. But these guys were definitely doing something different for their time. To this day, I've never heard an album like it, or I certainly haven't heard anything that I like in that vein. So that's for sure. Oh, by the way, this is a Relapse repress that came out. Oh, this is cool. I never noticed this. I bought this probably at least 10 years ago. I bought a lot of Relapse stuff over the years, though they don't interest me much anymore. Relapse cult classics. That's kind of cool. I don't know how many others they've done, but anyway. I have 2 out of the 3 Atheist albums. I do not have their first one, and that's a shame, so I need to rectify that. But I also have Elements, also a Relapse repress. Elements is kind of they went even further in a weird proggy, even like fusion direction. In fact, a good portion of this album is kind of like jazz fusion type stuff, but it's not as heavy as anything they've done before it. Not that heaviness was ever their focus, but it's different, man. This is a different beast. I do like it. This is even a lot of Atheist fans have to draw the line. Usually it's with this album, but I do like it. I still listen to it from time to time. It doesn't hold a candle to Unquestionable Presence, but it still has some badass shit. I mean, it's just listen to it for the musicianship alone, and you can most likely appreciate it. So yeah, if any Atheist fans out there chime in, I know they're a very hit and miss band for any metal fan. They have been since day one of their career, and they know it. But I love them. Next up, we have a band who it's kind of a controversial band in a way. Not their so much their music, but their what they've done for metal, I guess you could call it, or their history. And you'll know what I'm talking about as soon as they say the name. At the Gates. This is their EP Terminal Spirit Disease from Peaceville Records. This is the album that got me into At the Gates. This is the first thing I ever owned from them. Loved it from the start. I still dig it. And like I said, the controversy about At the Gates is that they not intentionally, but you guys remember in the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s, tons of metalcore bands came out and ripped them off and cited them as a big influence. Which, I mean, I don't think that's a very good reason for you not to like At the Gates. And they are not a metalcore band. They were doing this shit way before metalcore was even a fucking thing. So anyway, a lot of people have grown to say that At the Gates are shit, or that they're. I've seen many people say, they are the most overrated metal band of all time. I disagree with all that. Their music stands the test of time. You don't have to like it, but don't say stupid shit about a band just because it's all over the internet. Form your own fucking opinion. That's all I have to say about that. I got a couple more At the Gates albums. I used to have their fucking first album, and I don't know where it is because I don't see it in my stack here. So I don't know. I must have loaned it out years ago and forgot to get it back. Next we have their undisputed classic, Slaughter of the Soul. This is definitely their most popular album. It's not my favorite. This is a 2002 Earache repressing. Great album. I mean, it's a thrash. It's kind of a melodic death thrash. It's good. It's good. I don't think many people will argue on that, but I think it's possibly a little overrated. I think a lot of their other stuff is better. At least, better might not even be the word, but more my cup of tea, I think. Now we have their most recent album, At War with Reality, from Century Media Records. I thought this was a really solid comeback. They were yet another band that said for years that they wouldn't come back. And for many years they stood their ground on that one, but they came back, and I thought it was pretty solid. Was I one of the people that were waiting and chomping at the bit for a comeback of this band? No, I didn't really give a shit if they'd come back or not, but they did, and the album's decent. It's at least a solid 7. It's worth listening to. It's, in my opinion, worth owning. It's kind of a decent digipack. It's not too fucking shitty. Came with a patch that I did use, so that was cool. I'm loving how Century Media, as shitty as of a record label as they've become, they're starting to, I don't know, do cool things with some of their releases, including patches and shit like that, and I think it's a nice bonus for, devoted collectors. So yeah, man, a couple more here for you. Here's a band I don't see too many people talk about. I got into this album from a blog I used to follow maybe 8-10 years ago. I'm a big fan of Greek black metal, massive fan. And this isn't one of the older bands, but this is Atheist. Hellenic black metal, as you can see there. The album is The Awakening of Atheist. Canadian. No, I'm trying to find the record label for you guys, so maybe you can track it down. But man, I'm not even seeing anything that I'm familiar with. I'm not going to waste any more time on that. You can find them on Metal Archives. What does it sound like? It sounds like Greek black metal, I guess you could say. It's not a straight, Rotting Christ or Verathron ripoff like a lot of people are doing. It's quite raw. Look into it. It's decent. I think they have 2 other albums besides this. This is the first one, I believe. It's not the most unique, original stuff by any means, but this is, I almost hate when people say that. This is metal. Metal is never going to be about reinventing the wheel or even adding something new. It's just not. That's not how it works. So I often contradict myself, as you guys can see. Oh man, here we go. Here's a fucking all-time classic. If you don't have this album in your collection, I will fucking buy one for you. This is Noir with Black Thrash Attack. Got the. I think this is the original. I bought this years and years ago. It's got a Century Black. Remember that? Century Media had their little kind of black metal sub-label. Even though some of the stuff was like Opeth and shit. But yeah, man. Oh, fuck, this album. This album laid the foundation for many bands to follow. This kind of, I would even go as far as to say many bands today are kind of just kind of aping Noir. I think you'll agree. That kind of primitive black thrash is very popular right now, and these guys fucking damn near started it. Amazing album. Unfortunately, I only have 2 albums from them. I need to rectify that as well. Fuck. Here's the last album that they did, I believe, and I'm pretty sure. And this is a killer album. It didn't resonate with me immediately, and now when I listen to it, every time I listen to it, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, because this is straight killer. Out to Die. You can get this from Indie Recordings. It's art noir. I don't even need to go into the details. This is dirty, primitive, violent, black thrash. It's so fucking good. I got a couple songs on here that I particularly love. Fed to the Flames. Oh, god damn, that's good. And god, I remember the other one, but it doesn't matter. Check out Fed to the Flames, definitely. This whole album, straight killer. Now, next, here's a band that fucking everyone loves. I don't even need to really show these, but I'm going to anyway. Autopsy, Severed Survival. I'm going to say nothing about the music because you don't need to hear it. You've heard the music yourself. This is a repressing, obviously. I bought this in Seattle years back. Peaceville, 2009 reissue. Probably bought it in 2009 or something like that. It's pretty cool. It's very nice. Despite the digipack, it's a pretty decent packaging job. This it's 2-disc, obviously. It's got the original album, and then it's got like a bonus disc with rehearsals and live tracks. And honestly, stuff that I don't care about. I don't care about rehearsals or live tracks ever, but for people that do, that's probably pretty fucking cool. I have more Autopsy albums, but these are the only two I'm going to show because I just grabbed 10 CDs. So my next video will have more, and they're not in order. Once again, typical Eli fashion. And we have Macabre Eternal. This was their comeback album, Peaceville Records. You might remember it. It was their comeback album. It's another album that I instantly thought was good, but I wasn't too enamored with it. But as time went by, I think it's a pretty great album. It's Autopsy, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna go into the music because it would be a waste of time, and I would just ramble on saying stupid shit. Anyways, that's 10 CDs, man. Thanks for stopping by. I now have 25 subscribers, so that's 25 people that take a couple minutes out of their day or whatever every now and then to watch one of these videos, and that's awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Talk to me about music. That's kind of all I have to say. Thanks for stopping by.